Hey guys, welcome back to Six Sided Studios, where I'm your host Carlito.
And I'm Dane Simpson.
And today we're going to be talking about a set that I know myself and Dane are very excited about.
Batman Alpha.
Try Heroclix 10th Anniversary, Marvel and DC. We're going to be breaking this video up into two parts for you, Marvel and DC. Last time, our last video, we did a review of the new 52. It ended up being like an hour. So we're going to try to keep this one a little bit smaller and just hit the points that we really like, some of the models that we've looked at that are really sweet.
Yeah. So let's get right into it, starting up with Marvel and talk about some of the characters that we really liked. Not necessarily because they're good figures or, for any specific reason, but just figures that we really liked.
Because there's a lot of reasons and to get really excited about this set, for whether it's sculpts, whether it's just the characters themselves, the actual versions of said character, costumes they never used, things like that.
So let's talk a little bit about some of the characters that we're really excited for in this set. For me personally, I'm really excited about the X-Men, as I always am when a new set comes out. In specific, Magneto, Storm, and Dark Phoenix. Now these are the characters who, in the last little while, we've only seen as super rare, so it's really going to be really nice to get them as only, rares or common uncommons or whatnot. For me, that's awesome. That's great for getting new players, as well as for myself. I didn't have a chance to get those characters out of that set. Just didn't pull them. There was a real lack of them in our play group locally, and so I'm really excited to have a Magneto and a Storm and sort of round out my X-Men.
Well, that's unfortunate because I have all three.
Yeah, you do. You also buy a lot more than I do, so. But that's another episode. What are you excited about?
Okay, so I'm excited for Wolverine. Push and maybe not heal anything and take a damage and not.
But at the risk of turning this into Wolverine Clix, let's move on.
What's wrong with that?
Next character that we want to talk about is the Emma Frost, specifically her secondary mutation power.
Yes, very cool. Very flavorful. It's definitely going to be a neat. It's just going to give you the ability to really customize the way you like your Emma.
Yeah.
And if they have a bunch of the Swarm Army that's doing a lot of 2 damage, only 3 damage or so, you definitely want to go Diamond Form. So you're going to become impervious to most of their attacks. Or if they're playing a lot of impervious bricks. Well, you keep her on track, and then she starts keep doing the penetrating thing.
Exactly.
Very, very good model.
Well, and it's one of those things that sort of as we go through, and we've been seeing a lot of new mechanics introduced to the game. We've seen the alter egos, we've seen the battlefield promotions as well here. So this is just another one that I think that we're probably going to see a lot more of in the future, and I'm really excited about that.
It's a cool way, without introducing a really wordy trait or new mechanic, to just make the models, have them have just a cool ability that lets them play out the way that they're supposed to play out.
Yeah.
Where like alter ego, I find sometimes can be a bit cumbersome and tough to get off. And same battlefield promotion, they might die before it happens.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, while I like the idea of the battlefield promotions, I feel almost like you're never really going to get it off, especially with looking for that 8. But
it's not terrible though. A lot of models have the chance of doing it. Any of the models with like stealth, like Storm, who can shoot and have stealth, she'll be able to do it. The Green Goblin has some good mobility, good damage, so you can do a lot of damage to a threat and start stacking up those promotion tokens. I like the Green Goblin myself. Just efficient, good damage, good attack. We weren't really going to talk about him too much, but
and actually, as you're sort of talking about him here, his ability to use energy explosion. He's got the double target energy explosion, and when
to clarify, you're talking about the promoted one. I'm talking about the rookie one. I do prefer the rookie one, but back to you.
But I prefer the experienced one because of the energy explosion that is penetrating. Anytime that we've seen, for instance, Pyro, where his damage is penetrating, including the damage he did from poison, So this is kind of in that same realm where something that normally is, I don't want to say bad, but not as good, like Energy Explosion, where it normally gets, you know, shrugged off by toughness or, you know, whatever else. This is going through, so it's far more of a threat, making it really good.
Yeah. But to stay back on track, we're gonna end this one there. Those are our favorite models. We're decided to do this video on the angle of much more fun play, why we like the models, what we think plays out really cool. As far as tournament worthy kind of pieces, I think the Iron Man really shines, some other things like that. But you've watched the videos, you know what we think is good, so that's definitely something for you to decide. One of the big plus sides of the set, before we wrap this up, is that all those models, these are all big names, and you know, usually you have to wait for a Spider-Man set for the Green Goblin to come out, and for them to get that, you know, one chance to make them, and maybe they make them right, maybe they don't, you know, who knows. This is all a big model, so this is going to be a big seller, and definitely a cool set for...
If you want to grow your play group, if you really want to push Heroclix, this is, and I know we've been saying this a lot lately, but this is the set to do it with. Hats off to WizKids Neck. I shouldn't call you wizards because they're shitty. But, you know, really, you're going to be able to push this set on new players because they're going to know these names. They're going to know who Captain America is. They're going to know who Thor is. They're going to know who all the X-Men are. And it's going to be really easy.
True that. Okay, so stay tuned for part deuce of our video. DC.
We'll be dropping that soon. Peace.